Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. In front of us we have the GE 7-2826A. This is an AM FM classic portable radio. During this video, perform an evening medium wave band scan. First, go over features, second, I'll do size comparison, and third, we'll start cruising the band. So let's check it out, the GE 2826A. Yeah, this thing's pretty cool. Circa 1982, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, it's rocking some years behind it and still going strong. I love this radio. Harking go back to analog technology is pretty nice because just recently Prunus came out with an all analog radio again. Pretty cool stuff, but just not as selective as these older radios. So yeah, they got to work their way up to this, which is 40 years old. So rock on, right? So anyway, let's take a look at this GE. Now you can find these on eBay, selling for right around 20 to 30 bucks. I noticed a lower price on completed auctions, and when I was just searching current listings, around 30 bucks. So just look for a best offer and throw in there 20 bucks, and you'll probably get it. There's a ton of them out there. So real affordable, nice portable radio, a lot of fun. So let's go give it a look. So it's got molded plastics with a molded in handle, which is nice. Yeah, sturdy. Going to the front here, we have our dial. FM, AM, as you can see, FM on top, AFC, AM on the bottom, and we have a log scale in the middle with a high visibility indicator, which is fairly accurate on this radio. Over here, we have our speaker grill, about a 3-inch speaker behind there, has some nice tonal quality. Our tuning knob right on the front, nice, easy to get to, smooth tuning, love it. Down here, a tone control switch, low and high. I find high pleasing to listen to most of the time, and low when I'm trying to find a weak station. But typically I leave it on high most of the time. GE right there, great. They don't make radios like they used to, let me tell you. Right inside the radio, we have on-off volume control, and that's about it. And of course our handle, like I said, molded in. Go to the back of the radio, you can see our antenna. This goes straight up, but doesn't swivel, which is kind of unfortunate, but it still does decent on FM. 23 inches when fully extended. We have a band select switch there, FM, AM, and it's set on the AM position, of course, for our band scan. Got a little warning there. It is UL listed, which I'm glad for because there's an internal transformer. Nice. We have an earphone jack, single ear only. Our model number there. And it does run on 4 AA batteries. Battery compartments here, it's kind of hard to open, so I'm just going to leave that shut. Just imagine there's 4 AA batteries and a little battery box that can come out. Up here we have a little door that opens up and it reveals our AC cord, which is permanently attached to the radio with an internal transformer. Linear style, so don't have to worry about buzzing on the AM band. Nice thing, and the cord comes out there when you extend your cord. I like how it has a little area versus the batteries. Nice. So there you go. Made in Hong Kong, I think it said, right? Yep, Hong Kong. Cool. That's for that era of radio. Nice. We'll do a quick size comparison and start cruising the band. Now, we're going to run into coast to coast, unfortunately, but it is what it is. You know, I try to start earlier, but it tends not to work out for me sometimes. We'll just have some fun. Here we go. It's 12:04 a.m. at Central Daylight Time in Chicago, Illinois, USA. For the sake of the band scan, it is April 2026. All right, and then we have CC Skywave in the house. Nice. We'll use this for frequency checking. Yeah, I have to probably check because during the day I had to check a few times for faint signals. Just checking out where I was at. All right, cool. And then we don't have those 2 radios for size comparison. We have a deck of cards. Iron Man. He's the man with the master plan. He loves GE radios that have analog tuning, man. He's Iron Man. I haven't heard of a GE radio with DSPs, man. I don't think so. Is there any? I don't think so. If there is, let me know, but I really can't recollect a GE radio with DSP, but maybe there is. Maybe somebody bought the brand and stuck it on there or something. I don't know. Prunus bought GE or something. Who knows? But okay, so let's go ahead, turn this thing on. Here we can hear on the evening band. So down here. Now, it says 1600. You figure 1610, 1620. This radio goes to 1650, so hopefully we'll get to that far. $530.
And for people who may not know what those are, Jamie, what are Juicy Lucy's and how did it go?
So here's 540 to BAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin to the north, 70 miles, 400 watts.
The staple of Minneapolis. You've got Manchester, Juicy Lucy's,
Okay, I think this music is coming from, wow, pretty far distance. CBK 540 Watrous, Saskatchewan, 1,025 miles. I'm almost thinking it is, but I could be wrong.
was fine. Older kid was home, and he made sure that the buns were nicely toasted. I said, I don't know.
Not a real strong signal, but this direction here is southwest, south, north, east, west, and this is St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles away, 5,000 watts, KTRS.
I'll give myself a pat on the back. It's really good having a kid who lives by himself in the kitchen now.
It always amazes me when people don't know.
And we're like in the fourth and fifth tier of Iranian leaderships, which the president says still live at home.
Because they're very young, so that makes sense.
But it's not quite good enough. But they say,
You watch your mom cook or your dad cook, you know what to do in a kitchen, right? I can stumble my way into a meal.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's 550 KTRS. Okay, I guess I was messed up a little bit.
Let's
go back down.
And give the refrigerator the
yeah.
leftover.
I can stumble.
Okay, a little bit of selectivity in the evenings, kind of. Okay, this is not 540 Watrous, Saskatchewan. This is actually 530 CHLO, Brampton, Ontario. I thought I was on 530 at the bottom, but I guess I was further down. Yes, 441 miles northeast, 450 watts. I can tell by the Hindi music. That's what I was hearing. Okay, so 530. You get the drill, right?
If you can follow directions, you can cook. It's not, It's not good enough, but it's a very significant step. They have made, they're negotiating now, and they've made it.
Here's 560 WND, Chicago, the answer.
potential deal, but those would be the two main things that are contingent on any deal going forward. And the president responded to it.
None that feel like they have are built in the U.S. So it's going to be a mess. Existing models can still be manufactured, imported, sold, but it's new models designed. So some days that property will be a little movable. No, actually, it's very big.
Could be 590.
Moment, it's like right up there with like we built this city.
And I tell you what, you have not lived until you have seen that yellow blizzard going out of the side of your spacecraft. It is pretty spectacular as well.
I mean, does it just evaporate? Does it?
Okay, I think we're on 620 dBTMJ. So this is where I gotta look. I'm looking at the dial, and I think I'm right, but let me just check here.
Because it's expelled with the trajectory.
Yep.
And it just continues.
620 WBTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Cool. At least I know where I'm at. 52 miles north, 10,000 watts.
Where, of course, you do your dumps, and I'm sure those are strategically planned for certain positions to make sure.
Country music there's 630 CFCO, Chatham, Ontario, 310 miles, 6,000 watts. Northeast. Try to null out KFCO. Now we got KYFI, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles, 5,000 watts. Okay, we're jumping right over to 650 WSM, Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles. That's cool. You can't hover on the music.
The guys, they're crying, I'm not emotional because I'm proud that they played the way they did. Alex Caravan, his career going the distance, played 40 minutes.
There's a little underlying speaker there. You can barely make them out because I can't. The selectivity again is a little tough on here. Picking up 650 on the low end, and on the high end I'm picking up 670, but there is WFAM buried in there.
Give my team a chance. And he
660 out of New York.
Give them a chance towards the end of the game. I just love the storylines that we had tonight, and I'm happy for Elliot Cadeau. I want to know what Raymond Felton. I want to know what Raymond Felton has to say tonight.
Yeah, I know,
frankly.
right?
Woo. Hey, Raymond Felton, you think that guy's a point guard? Last year, you said
670 the score. WSCR Chicago local.
that point guard turned out to be pretty good. Raymond Felton and the podcast bros sitting there lining up along. That guy turned out to be really good. Trade was going to go. Because they showed up for their shirts.
Principles of liberty, self-determination, and equality. Islamic law would teach of liberty, self-determination, and equality under the law. It is systematically discriminatory in favor of Muslim men. When we speak of civilian infrastructure in the context of Iran.
Okay, so here we are, 700 WLW, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles, coming in like a local. Let's check that out.
Nonsense. In Sharia,
That's where everything changed. Yeah, I mean, certainly the momentum got away from us a little bit there, and I thought we didn't help us.
Here's 720 WGN Chicago local.
We're still a young team, probably like them, learning how to play, in games and just be efficient and not, force things when they're not there. The break.
Okay, music there is CFZM. Zoomer Radio on 740, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles northeast. It's a good night for tuning, definitely. Picking up a lot of stuff.
Looking out on the morning rain.
Say this mission isn't achieving anything groundbreaking in terms of engineering. It is exciting that the United States has managed to demonstrate once again we are first to get to lunar space with people, and we're doing that again. They have a few more.
So here's 750 WSB, Atlanta, Georgia, 630 miles.
It's the most dangerous part of this mission for a lot of reasons.
Infrastructure in Iran, established in 1979 under the Khomeini Sharia.
Here's WJR 760, Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles east.
That system. Infrastructure belongs to the rulers. There is not a diversified...
Learned all about my mother, where she was from, her relatives.
One more day with agonizing joint pain.
The weather, the events, the time, where she was, who was governor.
The consultation is free. QC Kinetics.
By the rulers.
BBM News Radio is proud to support Music Matters.
And they can tell has a lens.
On Saturday, May 9th, all proceeds benefit
Of the GDP.
Teach Play
They can
programs,
tell,
which
believe it or
serve
not,
over
one my mother.
20,000 students.
Again, having problem with selectivity, but, this does better than that new J06, but, it's only $20. But here we're picking up 770 out of New York. It's just now 780 is booming in, and 760 is booming in, no matter how I turn the radio, so...
If her breath is alkaline,
the emergency alert system.
maybe she...
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit...
Here's 780 WBBM News Radio, Chicago.
Dollars of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou. 800-700-68.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter. And spring into
I'm going to be using this little radio loud over here.
My computer career helped me get the skill and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional.
Okay, so 810, I believe, is WHB, Kansas City, Missouri, 400 miles southwest. I keep picking that up versus WGY.
It's a free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Fred Ramsey. And I'm Chris Ramsey. Together, we host the Midwest Outdoors Radio Show, brought to you by Reed Chevrolet in St. Joseph, Missouri. We'll be talking about everything.
Yep, sounds like Missouri.
Throughout the Midwest,
Sweet.
along with guest appearances from leaders.
Electrical grids and the bridges and other transportation facilities is thus.
I'm gonna hear that guy like jam. Talk radio can be really boring sometimes, especially in the evening. WBAP, Fort Worth, Texas on 820, 810 miles southwest.
This is Andrew McCarthy. I am a lawyer with some national security expertise. I do not pretend to be a military expert, an intelligent analyst, or well-versed
Lawyer?
in Iranian infrastructure.
What?
I am not in a position to assess.
Ensure you're protecting your family at home and in other states.
He's giving his own disclaimer too. That's hilarious. 830 WCCO, Minneapolis, Minnesota, 310 miles to the west.
Exercise your rights today. Go to getccl.com.
The conversation doesn't end at the headline. It's just the beginning. Let's dive in. News Talk 830 WCCO.
I haven't got the callers in a long time. That's cool.
I noticed, I'm looking at my arms, and I said, gee, I don't have any bruises on my arms, and I'm always full of bruises. I can't put my...
Must be the Carnivora.
That has to be the carnivore.
Yep. WHAS 840, Louisville, Kentucky. Coast to coast is on. It's, 300 miles to the southeast.
All abnormal cells in humans and animals. Try it. You'll see for yourself. Get 15% using the promo code George. Call 1-866-836-8735. 1-866-836.
So yeah, we got, of course, coast to coast in every station. So right next to it is 850, and this is KOA, Denver, Colorado, 890 miles west.
Alan, and I'm a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. What get those? Signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical.
Tone helps on those weaker signals.
Up to $3 million worth of coverage. I am grateful.
Thursday night and rounded it Friday. From the American media, 24 hours.
Could be 860 trying to come through. Sounds like it. CJBC Toronto.
Proud to be part of the American media broadcast family. The biggest media platform in the 4 states.
Okay, that might have been a new log. I'll have to look that up. I just heard something. I'm not sure what it was. If I know what it is, I'll put a pop-up here. Yeah, cool. Got some call letters there I didn't recognize. Country music. Sweet.
Self-proclaimed basketball capital of the world. And it all goes into the data sets from all of those. And then the AI tool generates the answer.
So here's 870 to the south, WWL, New Orleans, Louisiana, 865 miles.
I'm trying to get them to add my smaller
12, 13 threes in this game, and I think when we go back and look at them...
Coming like a local here, WHSQ out of New York City, New York, 750 miles northeast.
The best team the whole year, and, we
China and Russia, and there is no doubt in my mind that China and Russia are still assisting.
Here's 890 WLS, Chicago.
That they are. There was early intel that came back that said they were.
Go a little quicker now. Trying to ID these in-between ones are hard. Okay, he's got to let me know it's 940 WFAW, Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. Rockin' in the evening. I like picking that up in the evening. It's cool. Oh, again, this radio's a little bit more... I was selective to say maybe a nice Sanjin digital radio, but, it's a nice analog experience. I'm liking it.
Many years ago had...
There's so much to pick up. This might be Detroit, WWJ, 950.
Another thing is, you said...
Flexibility of a chair that truly does more. And because it's flexible, a or the government can put it in a bill for the actual budget. So there's many avenues that they have to do that. So I would like to see that immediately. And right now is to stop the
Okay, cool. Trying to figure out what this is. 990 CBW, Winnipeg, Manitoba, 675 miles.
The national championship. Won the national championship or lost to the team that did. This year, 6-point loss in the title game. 1000
WMVP, ESPN Radio, Chicago. Local, yeah. You can see the dial accuracy is fairly good. Yeah, it's right there on the 0. 1000.
The fact that he could be one of the first players since the non-UCLA era to win 3 national.
Medicaid and Medicare. I think back to last July.
Should be KDKA 1020, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, was being passed and being talked about.
Yep, it is. Awesome, 450 miles to the east. Usually easy to pick up.
And just, if no one else, I was specifically about
Westbound at 128, then at 495, as well as Route 122. And you're reducing speed with road work in both directions by the Charlton Service Plazas. 128 north, the ramp to the Pike is closed for overnight work. Watch for work crew delays both ways as you get by the Pike. 290, westbound setup.
So if you know your highways, you could probably look it up. This is WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts, 880 miles on 1030. Pretty cool.
Ramp to 495 north is closed. I repeat, 290 east to 495 north. The ramp is closed. I should have just said that. This report is sponsored by Compassion International. Compassion sponsorship means food, healthcare, education, and most of all, being known, loved, and protected. There are thousands of kids waiting over a year and their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion.
100 questions, usually. And I just started finding more and more and more. And
Right next to it is WHO on 1040, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles to the west.
Mysteries.com. But more, and I have so much of it.
And Kate from Rittenhouse says she can't wait to join in.
So Philly Photo Day, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. They get interesting perspective.
Philly Photo Day. Okay, this is KYW, 1060, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles. Sweet.
And say it's an innovative way to showcase the city and the community.
And one of them that we know of from the story has hieroglyphic writing in a ancient.
Can't hover on the coast-to-coast talk, which I would, because some of it's pretty cool. 1100 WTM, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles east.
Origins, the beginnings of this story came from.
Who was the guy who was the head of that AI system that was going to be?
Here's KMOX 1120, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles.
And I'd be more inclined to think that that would be the guy who would have threatened to...
found in grave sites around China, but only a few of them actually have.
I think this is WRVA 1140, Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles. Just coming in kind of weak. Let's tune it in here. It's hard to make out on a Skywave.
That goes into the Bayan-Carla in 1938 finds this cave and all these.
Here's more coast to coast on WHAM, WHAM, 1180, Rochester, New York, 545 miles. Yeah, I'll just prove it with this little radio.
But they find this disc with a foreign language on it. But the translation comes down to.
All right, you get the idea, right? Right. Cool. We're getting all the stations in. It's just we're getting coast to coast, but I told you we would.
Times before the sun set. The local villagers. Exploring the remnants of Blue Eyes mummified. But they find that.
That same dude talking about stuff. WPHT, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 1210, 700 miles. Nice. To the east.
Times before the sun set. The local villagers.
Now I'm just going to kind of zip up the band here, a lot of the graveyard stuff, and we'll kind of stop at the top and do final thoughts.
Peaceful intentions. And this was about 12,000 years ago.
And morally responsible.
responsible investing. The Ave Maria Mutual Funds have 4 moral screens set by a dedicated Catholic advisory board. The funds also have professional investment managers with contrarian thinking. Information on our sponsors' risks and how to request a prospectus at 1-866-AVE-MARIA. 1-866-AVE-MARIA or AveMariaFunds.com. Distributed by Ultimus Fund Distributors, LLC. The Church is preparing to celebrate the beatification of Archbishop Fulton this September. So now is the time to hear
Step a relevant radio station.
Watch Fulton Sheen's Life is Worth Living on the Relevant Radio Plus Smart TV app. It's free, it's powerful, and it's available on Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, Samsung, LG, and more. Search Relevant Radio Plus on your smart TV and start watching today. Bye now. Our free video streaming app, Relevant Radio Plus. And God love you.
With flexible premium life insurance by sponsor Catholic Order of Foresters, a 40-year-old can get a
lot of ads for relevant radio. Don't hear that too often.
Finish this out.
Keep going. Man, there's a lot to pick up here. This is cool. So if you like DXing, you might like this radio. It's really sensitive in the evening, of course, like a lot of radios are, but this one exceptionally more so. It's just selectivity. You're going to have some trouble. You're going to have to maybe bring a loop in, passive loop. I just don't have a ton of time to do that, but that'll help.
Not linked up right now. I could relink them, but otherwise,
Going through a lot of stations here. Coast to coast. That could be 1360. I'm not sure. Maybe not. I don't think so. I should be past that. Yeah, way past it. Coast to coast again. Okay, I think this is the 1470 WMBD Peoria, and then we could plug that in here. 1470. Can't have run their music, right? Yep, so Peoria, Illinois, 135 miles, 5,000 watts, southeast.
Weekday mornings on Talk Radio 98.3 and 1410 WLAC.
Okay, just heard WLAC. This is Nashville, Tennessee. 434 miles south. I'm pointing it to the west. Still picked it up.
From Earth by humans.
Nice.
As they headed toward the moon for a flyby, that flyby taking them to the far side of the moon. Tonight, read Wiseman's comment. It really is fascinating.
Cool. Almost through.
Have been stretched by tariffs over the past year. That includes Levi Strauss.
Okay, this is KXEL 1540, Waterloo, Iowa, 210 miles.
Rather than letting its profit margins become too thin, the risk seems to have paid off. Analysts expect Levi will report it. The Explorer. And on that mix CD that you had in your car.
Okay, I think we're picking up a hint of 1610 there, so we'll just plug that in. See how it's coming in my radio. It's pretty weak. Okay, maybe just a little harder on top of the band. Coming in nicer. There we go, cool. Yeah, CHHA, okay, CHHA, 2 H's. I don't know if I said 3, ridiculous. 1610, Toronto, Ontario. Yeah, northeast, sweet. mighty KCJJ, Iowa City, Iowa, 175 miles to the west on 1630. I think we're picking up a hint of 1650 KCNZ, Waterloo, Iowa, 210 miles, 1,000 watts, right at the top of the band where it stops on this radio. So there it is, it's done. GE, yeah, 7-2826A. Had a little rocky start trying to figure out where I was at. That's pretty funny. I got lost at the bottom of the band. Who would have thought? Man, it happens sometimes. You know, I get so used to digital radios and I get used to my mindset back into the analog stuff. Yes, I love it. Awesome. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Give a big like. If you like this radio, give a big like as well. 2, if you haven't subscribed yet, definitely subscribe to the bell icon. Get notified of deals, radios coming out, new things going on, old-time radio shows I release every evening for free, just to have some fun. Yeah, I like doing those. Those are great. If you guys like them, go check them out. Again, you don't have to be a member or anything like that. Over there on Patreon, you can just sign up for free membership. If it won't let you go on my page, it should let you go on my page. But if it doesn't, they have free membership thing where you don't have to pay a dime, which is pretty cool. Just put in a fake email if you want, fake name, you know. I've seen some weird names, that's for sure. But yeah, overall pretty cool. And 3, of course, comment down below what you think about this GE radio. Do you have something like it? Do you like them? Are you a fan of GE? This kind of reminds me of like a mid-range Sony, you know, the smaller tabletop radios that just do enough to be useful. They don't have to be crazy DXing and, you know, this thing's awesome. But remember, it's only $20. And this is like a classic. You're buying a classic at $20. I would say give it a go. Have some fun. Enjoy it. You're going to enjoy the tuning right on the front here, the tone control. It's just real convenient setup. Plus, it's AC driven. You don't have to buy batteries even if you got an outlet handy. You don't want to go portable. You just want to hang it around the house. You know, this is the way to go. All right, so let me know what you guys think. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next awesome video.